Well, there it is, the Moto Morini 450, the Vettore 450, and it is positioned right in front of this lift because today it is time to do the first oil change on the Moto Morini Vettore 450. Well, here we are at the bike stand. Give you a quick review of what you're going to need in terms of supplies to do the oil change on the Vettore. So this is OEM oil filter, and we'll put a part number in the description for you. It's nice to have an oil filter wrench. You're going to want to get a new crush washer, one of the copper crush washers. The drain bolt is a 17 millimeter socket. And so I've got my breaker bar. We've got the extendable breaker bar. You never want to use your torque wrench to break loose bolts. Socket, wrench. We've got the torque wrench. And then we've got some hex tools, and we need the hex tools to remove the engine skid plate to get at everything. So that's really all you're going to need, plus some oil. 2.3 liters, so I have this in quarts. 10W40 full synthetic Castrol is what I'm going to use, and it's 2.3 liters. That's about 2.4 quarts. And so we've got 3 here available. That's really all the supplies we're going to need. We're going to get this lift lowered, and then we're going to roll the bike onto this and get to work. It's always a good idea to secure the bike with some tie-down straps. So we're going to do that next, and then we'll get it up in the air. I've got the lower crash bars installed, so what we're going to do is, and it utilizes one of the skid plate bolts here, and then the rest of it's attached to the frame, so we're going to have to loosen this, drop this, just get that out of the way so that we can lower the engine skid plate. So the OEM plastic skid plate that comes stock on the Vettore 450 really is in 2 pieces. So as it turns out, you really just need to take off this left side piece, and that gives you access basically to the oil filter here and an oil drain plug. So we're just taking half of this away, though I think I might take the other half off too. It's a great opportunity to get this cleaned up, give it some degreaser, get both sides cleaned up well. So I think we'll take off the other side as well. Next up is the oil drain plug. We are going to go ahead and break that loose. That was easy. Let's get this in position. Let's get a piece of paper ready just so we need it, in case we need it, I should say. And we'll turn that this way. Make sure our crush washer is coming off with that. Looks like it is. Perfect. We'll set our drain bolt into the pan there. .3 quarts, 2.3 liters, I'm sorry, 2.3 liters is what we're going to replace. And we'll just give that here a few minutes to properly drain. Worked out well. We just got back from a ride, by the way, so that the oil was warm. All right, next up, we are going to go ahead and loosen up our oil filter. I think we can turn our oil pan this way a little bit. Perfect. That'll pick up any of that. We've got an oil filter wrench. That can help us just get this loose. There we go. And really, that's all we need in terms of getting that loose, get that out of the way. Now we can just hand spin this off. There we go. And we've got a spot in our oil pan for that filter to sit and drain. And that's right there. Let's get this new oil filter on, and I did just give the gasket a little bit of fresh oil. We will get this in position, hand spin this on, just so it seats well, and then from there, what I like to do is about a little 3/4 of a turn maybe. We'll give it just a nice firm right there. Good. It is time to get our drain bolt reinstalled. We've got our brand new crush washer there. So we'll just make sure the surface here is nice and clean. We will get our bolt hand threaded. There we go. We're going to get this oil pan and filter out of the way, and then we'll torque this. The torque value for the drain bolt, 30 Newton meters. We just got our wrench set up for that. So let's get to work with that. There we go. All we've got left now is we're going to add some oil. And again, this is the Castrol Power One Full Synthetic 10W40. We're going to do 2.3 liters or 2.4 quarts, and we do have a sight glass gauge right here. So let's go ahead and start adding our oil. We did a little breakfast ride today for the Group 66 Motorcycle Club, and I was estimating the mileage to be right close to the 621 miles that the manufacturer recommends for the first oil change. And I pulled in the driveway, put this on the ramp, and we are at 630 miles. So over by 9 miles, I think that's probably close enough. So we'll go ahead and start adding the rest of the oil. So now with all the oil change complete, we're going to lower the bike off the stand. We're going to lower the bike, we're going to take the support straps off, we're going to start the bike, then we will check the oil level in the sight glass. Okay, let's go ahead and start the bike. Check for leaks. And there we have oil pressure. The oil pressure light just went off. So that's good. All right, terrific. We do need to add just a little bit more oil. It's not quite up to the mark that it needs to be, so we'll just give it a little drink there and watch this come up. All right, it's time to roll the bike off the bike stand. And the nice thing about the Vettore is it's just a little bit over 400 pounds, so, and it's not top heavy, so it's much easier than a larger adventure bike to be taken on and off. So let's see if we can do this here with just a quick out of the chalk, and then we will back up slowly using the front brake lever, and we are down. So there we go. Get the kickstand down. Perfect. Thanks for coming along today, watching the oil change, the very first one. We did it at 630 miles, so that's good. And then we actually have a little reset to do, which we should show you as well. It'll be the first time I do the reset. So let's set the camera up for that, and we'll reset the meter. All right, let's go ahead and perform the service reset. So we're going to turn the bike on. And a couple things are going on. Here is the wrench icon right there next to the neutral indicator. So that's indicated that, yeah, we're at 627 miles. And we just finished the oil change. So what we do over here on the left handlebar, there's the up button, which is this one, and the back button. We're going to press both of those. So let me put this here so we can see. It takes about 3 seconds. So, okay, let's go ahead and push those right now. Boom. 1, 2, yeah, there it is. And it's disappeared. And now if we were to go into info, let's go ahead and go into settings. We'll select that. There's info. We'll select that. And there it is. 3,106 miles is basically the next service indicator for oil change. I'll probably change it before that. I might do it, it depends on riding conditions, but we're all set. That's how you reset the service meter. Thanks again for coming along to watch this episode. We've got the oil change done. We've got the service meter reset. And so if you do have any questions, if you're an owner of a Moto Morini Vettore 450, put them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer those for you. Really appreciate it, as always. And until next time, take care.